Hey guys, I'm Michael. I'm for TravelCostaRicanNow.com. Can you believe some people think some of my videos are too negative about Costa Rica? Por favor. I believe I offer perspective and knowledge based on my living here, my experiences, my observations, talking to other people and such. But I can't tell you how many people write me and go, Michael, why are you so negative about Costa Rica? Why do you pick on Costa Rica? Every country has its pros and cons. No shit. If you don't like it, why don't you leave? And why do you wear those faggy earrings? Anyway, guys, I want you to think of this video as a just saying video. You know when somebody just tells you something, they go, I'm just saying, I'm just telling you. Well, that's what I'm doing. I'm just saying, all right? I love Costa Rica, man. I'm all in. I've made my decision, all right? So let's make sure that's straight. I think everybody should visit Costa Rica. I think it should be on everybody's bucket list. It's a beautiful freaking country, man. The beaches, the flora, the fauna, the people. I love it. But traveling here and living here are two different things. It doesn't mean you should or could live in Costa Rica. So what I'm going to tell you are some things that may be deal breakers to you that you might kind of go, fuck, I ain't living there. No way. So if you think after I tell you these things, if you think I've had sinister motives or I'm malice, in this video, well, you know what? You can blow me because I'm a resident now, man. I pay into the system. I can say things. All right. And I want you to stick around actually for the last two, because the last two are two things I have never ever said in the 450 videos I've done about Costa Rica. And one just makes my heart sad. And then the other one is kind of just the way it is right now. So you definitely want to stay tuned for those, or fast forward out of these or whatever. Okay, number one, the police. So if you want to live like in a safe and secure environment, and you think the police are here to serve and protect you and help you out and make you feel good about where you live and say, this is not it. Not in Costa Rica, man. The police suck here. 9 times out of 10, they ain't going to do shit for you. Now, what I like about that is I kind of like the old style justice anyway. I got no problem with it. 2 weeks ago, swear to God, this just happened. A friend of mine got broken into, and they got a lot of stuff taken. I mean, substantial. And they know who did it. I mean, it was 100%. This person did it. He did get arrested, and the police goes, we can't do anything. He's a minor. And you know what they said after that? Well, we're going to release him in about 10 minutes if you want to wait for him. I like that. I got no problem with that. I'm not telling you to do it, and I don't recommend you do it. I'm just saying for me, I got no problem kind of being, giving a little justice. So if you need if you need the police to be your little safety and security, it's not going to happen here. Now, number two, I kind of got to mention, because I got a lot of videos about culture, the Costa Rican culture, and this can be a deal breaker. This is probably why most people don't make it in Costa Rica, are the cultural things. I'm going to run down them really quick because, again, I have videos on all these things. This is just an overview real quick, but it's important because it could be the deal breaker. So, it's a very pura vida lifestyle here, which means pure life. They do simple life. They're very laid back. Some people that aren't from here might kind of go, well, they're kind of lazy. They're a little too slow in doing things. They're passive aggressive when it comes to confrontation. They say yes a lot when they really mean no. They're very nonchalant with their time, and especially your time. They have a lot of red tape, a lot of bureaucracy, a lot of processes that can be very archaic. They have their heads in the sand about a lot of their own problems too, and don't like them, said. Like, we made a video a long time ago about prostitution here, which is legal. We were just informing people. They kind of looked at us as we were promoting prostitution, kind of forgetting that they legalized it. So they don't like their skeletons exposed. They don't like to be confronted like that. And you have to remember, this is a Catholic nation for the most part. So they're very traditional in their thinking. But the cultural thing can drive some of us foreigners and gringos totally mad, man, the way it is down here, especially type A personalities. They're probably not going to make it here. So the cultural thing's important. All right, number three, petty crime, man, petty crime. Now, I know you hear the cherry pick stories of she got kidnapped, he got murdered, that thing. Yes, that stuff does happen, and it happens everywhere in the world. And yes, strong arm stuff can happen. Yes, it mostly happens in San Jose, but that's not what you're probably going to have an issue with. You're going to have an issue with petty crime. Now, once you have your house dialed in, you're safe, you got your cameras, you did this, you got that, you're going to be pretty good, but you still, you have to be thinking about it all the time. Did I leave my cell phone on the bar stool when, you're going to the bathroom? It could be gone when you get back. So you always have to be vigilant, man. Unfortunately, the petty crime thing is real and a thing. So it just always has to be in the back of your mind. All right. Number four. Now, whether it's consciously or subconsciously, they really do believe you're rich or you have money. They think the gringos are rich, the foreigners are rich. And that includes the government. So the government likes to try to squeeze, the gringos that live here, maybe for a little bit extra taxes, a little something. They know that we bring a lot to the country, but then again, they don't really care about us that much. They don't really realize that we could say, hey man, Panama's an option. We don't got to put up with this. But a lot of times they are doing things to directly affect us to go after kind of the money that they think we all have. Now, this also goes to gold digging whores. Gold digging whores of both genders. Okay, you have to consider, I don't care if it's in business, a relationship, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whatever it is you're doing, you have to always be thinking, why does he want to have coffee with me? Why does he want to meet with me? Why does he want to do business with me? Why does he want a relationship with me? You have to consider those things. It may sound like nothing, but it's big here because they might be going, man, I could own that boy's house if I can get with him. So it is a thing down here. So it is in the back of their minds when they're talking to you. I wonder, I think this guy's got some money. This woman's got some money. So unfortunately, it's a thing. Now, I'm kind of saying these next two more for like a warning, especially for those of you who haven't really come to Costa Rica, but you're thinking about living here and you're thinking about buying property off the internet and, sight unseen, or this looks like a great condo. I want to get involved in that. Gringo pricing is real. If you don't know what gringo pricing is, it's a special prices for foreigners and gringos. It's more than what it would be. So if it's $20 here, they're going to charge you, the gringo, the foreigner, $50. And this usually pertains to property and real estate and those kind of things. So I'm pretty much just warning you before you get here. Once you get here, you're going to know all about gringo pricing and you can take precautions. But if you haven't been down here, I just don't want you to buy something in a gated community paying $100,000 more than you should have paid. The other thing is about gringos themselves that live down here. I'm talking stuff about Costa Rica, but who's more apt to rip you off? A gringo, man. Somebody from your country is more apt to rip you off. Now, how sad is that? So I just want to give you that warning, give you a heads up, because it's funny. If you're a social person, you want to hang with other gringos. Do you know that the people you hang out or you meet are probably would be people that you would never associate with from wherever you're from? Sometimes that's cool. You learn about a diversity of people, and other times it's bad because you don't know their motives either, and a lot of times they're not good. So again, you're around a lot of gringos that you probably wouldn't be hanging out with if you were still living in wherever you're from. So that's just more like a warning. Now, number 7, medical. I probably get this question the most, Mike. What do you do about medical? What if you had an emergency? I live in La Fortuna. I'm not close to a hospital. All right. I didn't make my decision based anything about medical. I kind of live my life. Whatever happens, happens. I'll deal with it when it comes. Obviously, I can see why you might think that's stupid thinking, and I totally understand why you want to be close to a hospital. Then you're going to be living by the city, basically. You're going to be in San Jose or Liberia or something because you want to be close. I understand that. But if you're a person that wants to come down to Costa Rica and live on a beach, and that's the reason you want to come here, you need to know that you're probably, an hour, a couple hours away from, a hospital like me. If I get in a serious emergency now, they have ambulances, and I think you can get a helicopter, but I'm probably more apt to bleed out before I get anywhere. So I've kind of made my choice, and I just want you to know that. So if medical concerns you, or your health concerns you, then you need to consider on where you're looking. Where we at? Okay, this is the one that hurts my heart. I've never said this before in a video, and it doesn't really affect tourism, really. It's mostly once you get here and you kind of see, and that is what do you think about when people say Costa Rica? You can't help think but green. You can't help think but nature and organic, and they preserve their rainforests, and there can't be any pollution because they care too much. They're a notch above everybody else. They're trying to be carbon neutral. They talk about it all the time. They're doing this or doing that. Unfortunately, that is not true. They've marketed so well down here that they can't even live up to their own standards. Pollution's a problem, man. That's all I'm going to say. In the rivers. Now, does that mean there's not people and organizations doing some really good things down here for preservation? No, there is that. But unfortunately, I get sad sometimes when I see the way they do things. So if you're thinking that you're going down into this like total, crystal clear rivers and lakes and no garbage, you'd probably be kind of sadly mistaken about that. Now the last one should concern you. It definitely concerns me. I don't know if you know this or keep up with, and I know they're not going to want me to tell you this, but do you know Costa Rica's just about broke right now? They got some serious issues, and their future is very uncertain when it comes to money. Now they're doing some things. They know that that's a potential problem. Actually, it's already a problem, but they're trying to enact some things to try to raise some money. So they're doing it, but you might want to keep your eyes peeled to the news or whatever, to feeds about Costa Rica, because you might be going into a bad economic situation. It doesn't affect me so much, again, because I really do live a very low pro minimalistic life. So I don't know how much that's going to affect me. It probably will raise prices in a lot of ways, but maybe. So anyway, I'm just saying that the future is uncertain. So sucks. So okay, I'm done. So you hear all those things and you go, well, I can live with that. Mike, you live with that. I think I can make it work in Costa Rica. Or you might go, wow, man, I didn't know. But again, I'm just saying, man, I'm just saying. Anyway, guys, I'm Michael Allen, TropiCostaRicanNow.com. Peace, guys. Hope it helps.